Is it possible for a gym owner to completely replace their creative team, their design software, their editing software, completely replace all of that with AI? And can this also help them grow their gym faster? Well, the goal of this video is to come a step closer to being able to answer that question. If you're a gym owner and you're using paid ads to advertise your gym, then it's very possible that you will quickly, or you already have, ran into ad fatigue. The reason for this is because your total addressable market is going to be quite limited. But with the recent advancements in AI, particularly with their image generation, it's now possible to test dozens and dozens of creatives without having to spend hours and hours on design software. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use AI image generation to produce high quality ad creatives that convert, reduce ad fatigue, and help you scale up your gym faster than your competitors. These are not just the exact strategies that we're using to help our clients grow, but we've observed this in dozens, if not hundreds of other fitness businesses. So why does this actually matter for gym owners? Well, the problem is actually quite simple. As a gym, you are bound by your physical location, meaning you can only advertise within a certain radius around your gym. If you are advertising with a pretty decent ad budget and you have been doing so for a while, then you can very quickly run into ad fatigue. This is basically where people just see your ads over and over again, they get bored of them, they know that they're ads within a glance, so they just skip right past and your conversion rates start to plummet. So if we're trying to use AI to actually get around this ad fatigue problem, imagine if you're able to test 10, even 15 new ad creatives, but you were able to make those ad creatives in the same amount of time that it takes you to build out one usually on a normal piece of design software, say Photoshop or Canva. This is going to allow you to find new winning ad creatives, but not just that, you can iterate on those winning ad creatives that you have now found, change them slightly, and look to scale them up even quicker. So basically, this is what AI image generation allows you to do. So right now, I'm going to show you the 3 most common use cases for AI image generation when it comes to building out highly effective ads for your gym. And the goal here is just to get your mind working, then you can take this information, use it for your fitness business, and start to pump out high quality ads, and you'll never have to worry about a lack of ad creatives ever again, really. So strategy number 1 is basically testing new images alongside winning headlines. So you've already run your test, you already understand what kind of headlines gets the attention that you're looking for, converts leads at the rate that you're happy with, but all you need to do now is just refresh the ad creative so people can still digest your effective headline, but you basically stop them from scrolling with a new ad creative. And to battle ad fatigue, particularly when it comes to your creatives, doesn't take a massive amount of change, okay? And you'll be able to see that within these examples, but these are examples that we have used and these have worked. So obviously, in the example here, we've got 2 men, one on a treadmill, one trainer helping him out. Now, this is all generated through AI. If you want to see the actual prompt that I've used, this is it. So, you know, it's not a very hard prompt. I've just basically asked for a hyper-realistic image and then I've described what I'm looking for. I have created another video. My last video was about AI image generation and how we can use it as gym owners or fitness business owners. So if you're looking to understand more about how you can actually get to this point, then go back and watch that video. But you can see here that we've got our winning headline. Of course, you're not going to write winning headline. We're just, for the example of the video, we're going to say that we have found a headline that we know works really well amongst our audience. But if you see here, we have now made very simple changes to the image, okay? So we've kept the headline because we know that it's effective, but we've simply changed the imagery that goes along with it. Because the thing with ad fatigue is people take a glance at the image, and if they've seen it over and over and over again, they know what that image is, okay? So they instantly go by it because they already have made up their mind as, I know what that is, I don't need to look at it anymore. And these are the decisions that happen in split seconds because the ad creative is the same. So by changing it simply to this, that's going to be enough for them to think, this is a new image, I don't know what this is yet, and then we can hit them again with another marketing message, but we were able to do so because we have refreshed the image. So on Sora, which is the ChatGPT image generation side of it, I remixed the last image, okay, and I just asked it to change the image. Now I want the man that was running on the treadmill to sit on a bench, and then I keep the headline, okay? And to do this literally took me not even 2 minutes, okay? All I got to do is write the prompt, wait for 30 seconds, and the image is generated. And, you know, if you look carefully, this is obviously an AI image, but from a glance, this looks very realistic, okay? So this is going to be enough to get people to stop scrolling, and provided that your headline is compelling and your copy is compelling, then that's going to be enough to get people to at least look into your business and inquire further. And we were able to do that through simple tests using AI that took us not even 5 minutes. Use case number 2 is using even more subtle changes. So let's say that we know that the creative is a winning creative and the headline is also a winning creative, but we just want to make subtle changes within that. This is the kind of stuff that you can do. So obviously we've simply taken that original image, I've remixed it, and I've asked ChatGPT to change the color of their tops. I've given them a color. The more detail you can give the AI, the better. I've just asked for bright colors, basically something that's going to stop the scroll even further. But we already know that the man running and the trainer that's helping him compels our ideal customer to click our links, to look at our business, inquire about our services. We know that the winning headline works, but we just need to make very, very subtle changes so that we don't bore our audience. And these are the sort of changes that we can make. And again, this took us not even a minute to do. And here's another example of subtle changes that we can make. And this is becoming very popular, not just in the fitness industry, but just within advertising in general. Now that AI has become so accessible and it's become so advanced, is just redesigning things. So we've taken a realistic image and we've turned it, here I've asked for Pixar style, but you can ask for comic book style, you can ask for all sorts. This is becoming more and more effective. We're seeing this across just marketing in general. Okay, I'm sure if you are watching this video, you will have seen ads where people are using AI to create cartoons, Pixar style, comic book style. Now this could also just be a nice pattern interrupt, because when it comes to fitness advertising, more often than not, people are using images of their clients, gym tours, before and after pictures, client testimonials, and these are all effective stuff that you should still be using. But we can definitely test this as a good pattern interrupt because we're breaking the mold, because not many fitness businesses are going to be using Pixar style images or cartoon style images. Well, at least for now. I think it's going to become more and more popular as the months go on. I think by the end of the year, this is going to be maybe quite a saturated type of creative because it's so easy to do. But the more people become aware of how to use ChatGPT, maybe once they start to pay for the premium version of it, then it's just going to become more and more saturated. So my advice would be use this whilst it's still effective. But again, this literally took us not even 2 minutes to make. Now, these ad creatives specifically, we haven't tested. I've just made them now, but these are the steps and the tactics that we're using to refresh and revamp our own fitness clients' ads, and it is definitely working. So something to think about. Now, the last one that I'm going to tell you about, I want you to take with a pinch of salt, because the video generation, particularly when it comes to Sora, isn't quite there yet. It's not creating realistic videos. Now, it might be enough for us to be able to just refresh the ad and people just accept that it's an AI video and that it's not supposed to look realistic. But if you are going for that realistic look, then Sora isn't going to give you the best results. But one thing that we could do is we could take our successful static ads or our image ads and then turn them into videos through Sora. So I'm not going to overcomplicate it here. I'm simply going to say, I'm turning this into a video and I'm going to ask it to make the man run on the treadmill. Okay, I'm going to keep the aspect ratio and the resolution and all of that. So let's see what it gives us. Okay, so here we go. I mean, this is not what we asked for, not at all. So this is what I'm talking about. You know, the fact that it's created this is quite impressive, but obviously this is not what we've asked for. So maybe I need to edit the prompt and make it a bit more detailed. Let's see if that helps. Okay, so that's now loaded. And look, again, this is just not what we've asked for at all. So this is what I mean. Take it with a pinch of salt. The video editing can sometimes work, but when you're asking for things like him running, it just can't deal with that. Particularly if there's two characters, there's a lot going on in terms of the background. It might just be struggling with it. Okay, you can see the more detailed prompt that I gave it here in an attempt to try and get what we're looking for, but it hasn't worked. So hopefully, you know, in weeks, maybe a month, this might actually improve. I mean, the rate of its progression in terms of its ability to create things is actually insane, how quickly it's getting better. So who knows, this time next month, we might be able to create exactly what we're looking for. But right now, it's just not quite there yet. So hopefully now you can start to see how you can actually use AI image generation to really help you out when it comes to building out successful image ads. Like I say, video is just not quite there yet. So here are just some tips in terms of implementation, so you can sort of maximize the results that you're going to get when you're trying to do this. So number one, I would say, is start with your winners. What I would stay away from is trying to get AI to actually build out the concept from scratch. I would say start with an ad that you've already created, an image, a video, whatever, that you know is already working, and then use AI to iterate upon that winning ad that you've created. Number two is you need to test systematically. So you need to run proper split tests so you can see exactly what types of variations are performing well. Don't just throw everything at the wall and hope for the best. Number three, and this is down to you, is you just need to make sure that you're maintaining some sort of brand consistency. So you have the ability to test with so many different styles, colors, all sorts, but you need to make sure that your imagery remains consistent to your brand so people can recognize you even when you're using AI image generation. Number four is going to be focus on the emotions. The best fitness ads are going to trigger some serious sort of emotional response within the people that are watching it. So when you're using AI image generation, you need to make sure that you're telling the AI what kind of emotions you want coming from the people within your images. And number five is make sure that you are combining these images with compelling ad copy. We need to remember that the creative alone is not going to carry the ad to make it a high performing ad. It needs to be combined with some sort of supportive, compelling copy. So if you're still manually creating all of your image ads, or you're even paying thousands on a design team who are designing your own ads for you, then you really are putting yourself at a competitive disadvantage. So if you want to know what you should do from here, then this is what I would recommend. You need to go and find your best performing ad that you've ever ran. Then you need to use AI image generation to make 5 different variations of that winning ad that you found using the techniques that I've gone through in this video. Then you need to make sure that you're testing these new variations against the original ad, and then scale the winners and just repeat that process over and over again. Now, hopefully you found the video interesting, also informative. Hopefully you're going away now and you're going to be creating tens or hundreds of new ad creatives that you're going to start testing over the next weeks and months. If you want to find out other ways that you can scale up your gym or your fitness business using effective marketing tactics, then click on the video on the screen now.